welcome back to another shitty tutorial. Today is hmm, today is Friday and I have to go to work in about an hour, 2 hours actually. But I wanted to make this video for you guys. Today I will be teaching you guys how to port without UModel and how to use drivers properly. First half will be how to port, and then the second half will be how to use drivers. All right, hey, we're gonna start with the PSKs. So, if you need to follow along, if you're new to Blender, then I will have everything that I'm pressing down here in the right hand side of my screen, right here, where my mouse is. So when you port a skin, you can either reorient the bones, or you can just leave them how they are. Let's go with this one. I actually have not even done this one yet, so this will be good. What I like to do is I like to delete anything from the body that is above the neck, because you don't want to have duplicate bones. So that's just what I do. And then for whatever accessories, I just go ahead and I delete those as well. The only thing I delete from here is like the shoulders, and then I go back and I delete the neck all the way up until about the head, because it does have a face attached. So I'll leave the face attached so that these bones are connected to something. So I'll just leave the face attached, and as you can see, the bones are connected to. So the head has the neck. You guys can't see right now. Give me a second. There we go. So I'm gonna just delete these bodies, the body bones first again, because again, don't need them. Alright, you don't need them because all you need is like the head bones, because if we go in here and we hide this, all you see is the head. So why would you need body bones for just a head mesh? You know, doesn't make sense. Anyways, we have a face attached here as well as on this one. But what you could do, instead of deleting this face attach, first you can get out of edit mode, and then you can join these bones together. I usually go with the face first and then the accessory, which is the hood. And then if we delete this one, this is the face attach for the head. If we delete that, then it switches over to the head, and now everything is connected to the head. All these bones are connected to the head, or all the main bones are connected to the head, and then we can join this to the head bone like it was before, but this will control the hair. So you just go over here in edit mode, go over here to this bone properties, and then you go to relation, and then you go to head. And while we're here, we can actually change the eyes as well to the head, so they move with the head. I'll leave one side regular. Alright, so I'll just leave that there. I attached one eye to the head, and then I left the other one without the head. So let's go ahead and let's bring in these other bones. Like I said, I do from the head. I start with the head, so I'm gonna click the head bones and then click the body bones, and then Control J, or you can right click and join. Back into edit mode, what you want to do, the only bone that I think that needs major parenting is the neck one, and that needs to go to this spine 5. And as you can see, when we move this in pose mode, the body's not going to move yet because we haven't merged it. But if we move this, if we rotate it, then the bones should follow. And the only bones that aren't following is the hood bones. And I can only assume that's because we didn't join any of the mesh together. So with all that, we can hide the bones, and then we can join the mesh again, starting with the head. Join that to the hood, and then the head, join that to the body. And now when we go into pose mode, everything should move. And then if everything still does not move, then we can just reparent stuff. As you can see, the hair doesn't move with the body. That's an easy fix. And now the bones, they move accordingly. So we can go back over here. And then we could rotate this in any which way, and no bones. Oh Jesus. No bones are left behind. Alright, now if you want to have your model go back to its original pose, you just press A, or you can highlight everything, but pressing A is faster. And then right click, and then go all the way down to the clear user transforms, and then it's just going to clear any pose that you did. For this part, we're going to start with the body. I'm going to create a new window, and to create a new window, if you don't know, you just go over here to whatever corner you like, like a stripper. Go to your favorite corner, I guess. Should I have said that? Will I get demonetized? Anyway, go to any corner that you like so, until it makes like a hit marker sign. That's what I got at least. It looks like plus sign, does a hit marker sign. This one is a little different. This one is like a up and down arrow, minimize or whatever. I don't know what to call it. And then this is a hit marker. So just make sure that you have the right one, because if you don't, then it'll look so. If you go to the top and then you move it a little bit far, then you'll do this, and you'll be like, oh no, why is it not working? So just make sure it makes the plus sign or the hit marker sign, and then yeah, you have a new window. And then you can make even more windows if you want. But we're not going to do that because I don't need more windows, just need these two. And what I like to do is I like to hide the user interface, and then I like to hide the, well, what is this called? I like to hide the overlays, which is the grid, and then I like to hide the gizmo or the user interface. And then I like to move this to the center. I like to hide this as well, don't need it. And then for this window, I like to go into viewport shading so I can see what is going on in real time. We are in Eevee, so go into shader editor with this tab, press N over here to hide this little thing right here. Alright, and then we should be good to shade. I already clicked the body, so as you can see it has a body. All we need is just one body, honestly. And then use nodes, delete this. We're going to import our own shader. I'll leave the shader in the link. Well, I'll leave a shader in the link, probably not this one, because I don't own this one. Alright, so I mean, I didn't really have the texture for the blue jade, so I had to snag it off a different character. What I'm gonna do before I finish is I'm going to name this body. Okay, so for the driver part, we don't really need that right now because we're not gonna be using it right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the blue texture. This one is the red. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to rename it red jade body. Cool. Then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get our blue body texture, and then I'm going to rename this blue jade body, like so. And then I'm just gonna line these up next to each other, just because I like my stuff organized. All right, so what we need now is we need is a value node, and then we need a mix RGB, and then we need a math node. We need a math node, and that should be it. So again, I'm gonna line these up as well. Alright, so now we have our setup. What we could do is we could duplicate this like so. Shift D, duplicate that. Alright, so before we mess with any of this, what we need to do first is we need to create our driver. And for the driver, you can either set it to the bone, or you can set it to the mesh. I like to set it to the mesh. And as you can see, we have our mesh selected, or the body selected. Any part of the body you select, it will activate the driver. Anyway, go over here to this material or object properties, go all the way down to custom properties, and then you add a new custom property. And once you do that, you'll see right here it has a property right here. So if we delete that, focus on this, go to the item because the item is the object, and we're adding a driver or a custom property, and then it'll give us a new properties thing. Now what you can do, just so you're not confused, is you can either name this body, or you can just name it color or whatever you want to name it. Switch, doesn't matter. So the property value is 1. The default value is also 1. The minimum value is 1. If you leave it at 0, and then it will give you a decimal, which you don't want. If you have it at 1, then it will give you a whole number. You guys will see what I mean. And then the max is 2, just because we have 2 variants. And for the tooltip is just a tip for, people who download the driver and they're like, what's this? And then you be like, change this style, color. You don't have to do a period, it does a period by itself. And once we go into this properties over here, we hover over it, and then there's the tooltip, change its style, color, with a period. Alright, and then if we go over here, we change it like this, it goes from 1 to 2. If we leave it at 0, I believe, it'll go from 0 to 2, which we don't know. We don't want. So if you leave this property value at 1.0 and this default at 1.0, then it will give us a decimal, which we don't want. We want a whole number. So we put those both at 1, and then it would be a single whole number. Alright, so for the body, what you need to do is this is the brains right here. So you just need to right click on it and then copy the data path, however you want to say it. Alright, so I'm going to zoom in here just a little bit, and then right here you want to right click on this as well, and then you want to go to add driver, and then you'll get this little properties tab. For the most of this stuff you don't really need to do much of anything, but once you get into like complicated stuff, then you need to change the expression. But for the majority, the expression is just a var, and then right here you want to have single property instead of transform channel, and then you want to have it on, either one will work, or not either one will work, but one will work over the other. And as you can see, the jade does not work, so we have to change it to the bone, or the MO, which is the mesh, right? Yeah, MO is the mesh. Okay. So yeah, we have a driver, and if we change it over here, it goes from 1 to 2, 1 to 2, or 2 to 1, 1, 2, 2, 1. Boom. So that's our driver. Our driver is set up and it's good to go. Alright, so what we can first do is we can go to this math node, and we can go from add to greater than on both. What I like to do is I like to have this one at 0.99. You could either have it at 0.5 or whatever number you want, but just 0.99 because it's closest to 1, and 1.99 because it's closest to 2, and it is greater than, so it's a little math, and it does the math for you. Alright, so this one, you just grab the value, plug it into the value on top, and then same for this one. Alright, so for this greater than value, you're going to plug it into this factor, and you can do that for this one as well. You can leave this on mix. For this color, you want this mix color to mix with this color, so we're going to plug this one into the color 1. And then for these, we want the red jade body to be the first color, because the red jade was the first one that came out. So we're going to plug this color into the color 2, because for whatever reason it doesn't work. I know why, but I'm just not going to explain. So plug it into the color 2, And then the blue jade we're going to also plug into the color 2 of this mix. Don't know why it's not connecting. Connect. Alright. Don't know why I didn't want to connect. And that's basically our driver. It's set up, so we can move this over actually. So we can go ahead and plug in this color into our diffuse, and then we should have the red jade, like so. And then if we change over to number 2, it will transform to blue jade. Look at that, very clean, very nice, very nice, very clean. So that's how you do a driver. Essentially, that's how you do a driver. It's that easy. Now, if you were to do facials, it will be a little bit, it's a little different. It's the same exact concept. You do the math, the mix, and then after that, what you need is a separate XY, actually not a separate, you need a combine. You need a combine XYZ. And what the combine XYZ is going to do is it's going to combine the X, Y, and Z. And then you will also need a node wrangler add-on, which is Control T. And then it'll give you this. And we're not going to worry about that because we're not using that right now. And I'm not going to try to confuse you. Now with this, you can do as many colors as you want, as many styles as you want, or however many there is. Like if there was a green, a blue, we can maybe even do a rainbow color. I'm not gonna mess with that right now, but if you want, you can go into detail, or you can, do a bunch of stuff with that as you wish. Don't know why my shortcut bar turned on, but from here you can just highlight all this and then Control G or whatever thing. Oh, whoops, we got this in there on accident. Okay, it's back in there. All right, we'll try again. There we go. And then just tab to get out of it. Line it up. Rename it body for no apparent reason. You don't even have to rename it. But yeah, there we go. And then the driver still works within that. So that's how you do drivers. And then you could do that for the whole skin. I'll just skip forward in time in the future and show you what the whole skin looks like with. We lied about showing you guys what the skin will look like with the driver, just because I already have both styles in my Google Drive and I didn't want to make another one with the drivers, so I'll just leave it as it is. Instead, we have this new Isabel witch skin, and I'm sorry if you heard a lot of background noise. I'm currently on my bed and I had a stretch. Bad timing. Anyway, what we have here is the Isabel skin. And so I set up a driver for this one as well. And to see it, you just click on the mesh, and then we have all these tabs. So all these tabs, they obviously change something. As you can see, this isn't the right texturing. same time to 2, just like that. If you want, change it all to 1, or we could change just these 2, like so. And then we could change the necklace to 1, and then change or leave the grenades like that. And so, yeah, that's basically drivers right there. Nice, beautiful, nice, nice. Maybe smile, made me happy. Nice.
Nice. Nice. Made me happy, made me smile. Nice.